Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown. I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Cody.
And we have this week releases. We have a bunch of different games.
Yeah, 3 different games in 1 week.
Technically
4
different games.
Technically 4, you're right.
Much to the chagrin of some players.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about all of it. We're going to pull some sprues out of the brand new kits, and we're going to take a look at them in close up. But we are going to start with something that is a reprint, which is the Lord of the Rings Battle for Ball and Gate, which is what I keep calling it. Ball and Tomb, sorry.
Battle for Ball.
Ball and Tomb. They're all playing basketball in this guy's tomb. All right, this time, unfortunately, I don't know a ton about this product. I do play a little bit of the Middle Earth strategy battle game, or MESBG for short. And this is basically the Barnes & Noble game of the miniatures game of Lord of the Rings, where it's a cheap way to get a whole bunch of miniatures that you were just going to get anyway. There is a troll, the Moria goblins, and then I think it was 7 fellowship members. And it is, again, a cheap way to get nice plastic minis for the Middle Earth strategy battle game. Or you can play it as a board game. I actually don't know how it plays. Josh did it. Josh bought it a while ago.
Oh.
But I don't know if he's actually played it. Yeah, this is just a straight up reprint. It went up $5 since the last time it came out. It was $75 last time it came out, and this time it's $80. Inflation. I'm honestly surprised it's not more. I was expecting like 90 to 100.
It's pretty good as far as inflation goes.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing much more to say about this. Simple reprint of a cool game. I might pick it up. Not really a huge fan of either of those factions. Maybe I'll see how Josh liked the game. Maybe I'll just get it for that, because my fiance is a Lord of the Rings fan. Next we have Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl. Vampires edition.
Vampire edition. I say Blood Bowl as in, blood.
Yeah.
Get it? Blood.
That really sucked.
Get
it? Vampire?
Yeah. I wish Josh was here. He'd make like 4 or 6 more puns in a row.
Yeah.
Without stopping. So this is the Drac Fang Thirsters, which I think Thirsters is a strange name for a team, but
They're just thirsty.
Yeah. It's fine.
Oh.
But these are the vampires. How they play is basically there are 2 different kinds of teammates. There are the vampires, who are above average at everything, and the thralls, who are below average at everything. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the vampires get a little hungry and they eat one of their teammates.
Yeah, they sacrifice thralls.
Yeah. So we have a card deck, the dice.
The dice are actually pretty cool.
The dice are pretty cool. I like the flavor. They have the little bat symbol on them. Looks cool. Mm-hmm. And that's also on the back of that. What is that called? Spike, which is basically the rules for the team. It's got like all their little side guys that they can play with and that kind of thing. And the pitch, which I think looks amazing.
Yes.
I don't know if we can fit it on there, but looking at the close-up on the back would be great, because the design on these pitches is awesome. Yeah, where it's like the destroyed vampire castle on the one side.
It looks like a giant ballroom.
Yeah.
But the carpet or rug is all tore up and burned on one side. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And then you got the 2 little dugouts. Same thing.
Yeah.
Or it's just a double-sided dugout, I guess.
I will commend Blood Bowl for their really cool pitches. I actually own a few of them, even though I've played like 3 games of Blood Bowl, because I just think they're cool.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed that they go away after a while.
It's really weird. You would think they would like stick around longer, and they have rules. Like each pitch has different rules, which makes the game different, which would make people want to play it and stuff like that. But no, after a while they just stopped printing them.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about Blood Bowl, but this release kind of made me like fall down a rabbit hole, and I was looking at some teams and like, I wonder what their pitches look like. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't sell them anymore.
And even if you did know,
can't get them.
Too bad, so sad they're gone.
Yeah. Maybe eBay, but...
Maybe eBay. Probably too expensive on eBay.
Probably.
But we are going to crack this one open, take a look at the sprues. I do like that these have some really cool like little bits in it, because they're like tokens for the pitches and stuff.
Yeah, I just like the fact that like every team comes with like their own custom balls and everything.
Yeah, their own custom balls. This one is, what was it, a gargoyle? Let me see if I can find them, because the sprues are always the same. So these 2 sprues are identical. Oh. Where is... So the gargoyle wrapped up in like some leather straps around him. I don't want to say a belt, because I don't think it's a belt. But...
Yeah, just like PG bondage. Belts,
that was
buckles.
the word I was trying to
avoid.
To avoid is the BDSM.
I don't know if there's like a proper term for it. I think that's the proper term.
It's just belts.
Restraining?
And then
Restraints?
restraints. Leather restraints.
Yeah.
Don't Google that.
Please.
And then there is a couple of bats just like carrying a ball along the ground.
Yeah, I think that one's cute.
That one's adorable. They all have their own flavor. They could honestly, they do have the football flavor of like the pads but you could color those as armor and kind of get away with this team just anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
That was why I was particularly looking at the orcs teams, because you could literally just play them as orcs.
Yeah, that's true. And they have their own little tokens. They have this little double-sided like coin thing, and then they have a little marker for their dugout and all that stuff. Yeah. It's really cool. I like it. I like the design. It's one thing I could say about Blood Bowl. Their design's really cool.
Yeah.
And this is actually one of the teams I was wanting to play for a while because I'm an undead stan.
Yeah.
My first team was the zombies and skeletons and all that stuff. I don't remember what the team's actually called. Yeah, that was my first team, and I played them, like I said, a couple of times, but not much. And now we have the meat.
Yes. The sought-after release that I'm very conflicted about.
I agree. People that are longtime viewers, I hope we have some of those, will know that Josh and I have been wrong quite a few times. We keep saying that the kits are the same kit. They're not.
They're not.
They're not.
And that's like, I'm not going to go on a 5-minute rant like our last release video, but
that's so funny though.
The sentiment is still kind of there. These two kits are awesome. Their rules, I don't think they're as hyped up as the Lancer was, especially with the Archeron, however you pronounce that.
Acheron?
Acheron, that sounds more right. It has a flamer, but they can't Overwatch anymore. So that's kind of...
I mean, it's still a really good flamer.
Yeah.
Still a really good flamer. I like it. If I were to pick one, it would probably be that one. But I'm going to make it Chaos. And, chainswords are really good in Chaos. Chainswords and fire? Come on.
But my gripe with it is, within the past year, GW has been so good about their big and other Knight kit, their Baneblade, their Lehman Russ, just condensing all the kits into one mega kit. You have all your options. If you magnetize like me, you can go nuts with it. Not with these.
How is it that the Knights kit is 185 and it makes 5 different Knights, but this is 200 and makes 1?
Yeah.
How does that make any sense?
Yeah, if it was 200 and it had all the kits, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but $200, you have to choose one or the other.
Yeah, or the Lancer, but...
Yeah.
Like, the Lancer I can understand not coming in this kit because, like, it has the big shield and the big stabby spear, which is awesome, by the way. I do love the spear.
Yeah. It's...
But this one, it's like, it's an arm swap. That's it. That's all it is an arm swap.
Yeah.
And it's not even the whole arm.
I mean, it's a different head.
Yeah, but it didn't have to be.
Different shoulder pads.
Yeah, but it didn't have to be.
Like, different crotch banner. Barely?
No, that's the same crotch banner.
Is the thing. Yeah. Okay. Never
It's the
mind.
same crotch banner. Yeah. So these could have easily been the same kit, but no. They had to split it up because it's Horus Heresy. All the Horus Heresy things have to be different. The Predator Assault Tank has to be a different box from the Predator Support Tank. Why? I don't know.
Yeah. And like, I think it was particularly a bad move to do it on these two because the dreadnoughts, the 40 or the 30K dreadnoughts that everybody put a bunch of money into to play in 40K, they got legends.
Yeah.
That probably isn't going to happen with these.
Yeah, they did call out when that happened that Knights were going to keep their Horus Heresy stuff.
I didn't see that. Okay.
It was Knights and Custodes were going to keep their Horus Heresy stuff. Yeah. But it still leaves a bad taste when, like, you bring out 3 new Knights that are available in both games, but the Deredeo Dreadnought or the Contemptor Dread or the Relic Terminators, which that has been cut from the codex now.
Which some of those are easily just like counts as, but I don't think that's gonna be the case for some of the other stuff, which they do say that. Sure, I'll give them credit, but like that could change in a couple editions.
Yeah.
And when a model's $200,
yeah,
like,
that would really suck.
That might kind of have people feeling a little uneasy about buying a Horus Heresy branded model for 40K if they don't play Horus Heresy.
Yeah, because if I buy this kit and in a year it's no longer available for 40K, it's, you know, I gotta proxy it as something, sell it, or start playing Horus Heresy, which I will not be doing.
Right.
In the foreseeable future. Don't quote me on it. Anyway.
So yeah, it's a very cool model. I love it. I might buy one at some point.
I was going to bring up that on the positive side, I like these knights more than the regular 40K knights.
Yes.
I
agree.
like their proportions. They're much taller. Their legs have more like mobility to them and kind of posability. Their chest isn't as wide and just like fully taking up. So I like the look of these much better. And if I had unlimited money, I would just buy these bodies and put the other weapons on them because they're the same base size.
Yeah.
But I don't have unlimited money.
Yeah, it's similar to the effect I think that Primaris had with versus Firstborn. Like Firstborn has that charm, that character to it and stuff like that. But they're all 90% of them, I would say, are like in a squatty, weird pose. It makes them look smaller than they are, wider. It kind of has that like effect, I think, where this one looks like it's what you read in the books where it's running across the battlefield at, you know, mock Jesus and slicing stuff up. Like, whereas you look at the other ones, they kind of look like they
they don't look like they'd be run.
Scooting, like, you know. But
it's like toddling.
Yeah, the old knights are still very cool, but don't get me wrong. Like, if I had unlimited money, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I like these. I like the overall outline of these kits better.
I mean, maybe that would be a good way to, like, if you could find some of the knights' extra weapons from a bits vendor or something like that, and then magnetize this thing and run it as a regular knight. I mean, it's a little taller, but I don't think anybody would have too much of a problem with it.
A little taller, but not as wide.
Yeah.
So kind of like a back and forth. Anyway, which one do you want to crack open first? You want flamethrower? You want the power sword and the big pew pew gun?
Let's go power sword and pew pew gun, because the chain fist on the other guy is particularly cool. And save that one for last.
Again, this is my favorite of the two design-wise.
That's my favorite of the three. Like,
really?
I think I prefer that one over the Lancer.
I like the Lancer a lot.
I don't like the Lancer's shield. Like,
that's fair. It's supposed to be an energy shield.
Yeah.
But like
I understand. I approve of them not going the whole like blue plastic route.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
although they could have included it and it been like an option.
Yeah.
But they just didn't include it. Because look, this has. I'm looking at it on the screen. This has the sword and the ranged weapon on the same sprue. Why not just put that in here?
Yeah, you're right.
Because these look like two of the same thing. So these are the same sprue here.
Oh yeah, so like one side, one left side, one right side.
Yeah, and then this is,
So yeah, give us less.
This is literally, unless there's something weird about this one, these are the same in this box, except that sprue is swapped out.
Yeah, give us less shoulder pad options and head options, and give us more weapon options.
Yeah.
Or just make one more sprue and call it a day.
Yeah. They could easily add one more sprue and make it 210, sure. Like, it shouldn't be 200 because, again, the other one is 180,
right?
185. But, sure, increase it by a little bit more and give us the options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of plastic in here.
There's a lot of plastic.
So...
But again, onto the positives. I really like the design of this. I was kind of looking at the build of the Lancer because I was kind of obsessed with it for a little bit. Still am. I really, really like this kit and how it goes together. It's similar to the Primaris Dreadnoughts, where all of their stuff is kind of actuated and you can like turn and shift their arms and turn and shift their hands. The cool one is I saw the Lancer being built, and the lance is on like a rotating rack, and it like pulls itself back and then like jettisons forward. That's how it fights. Yeah, which is so cool. But you can position it anywhere on that rack. Yeah. It's kind of like the Furioso Dread. The spear. Like it's basically like it's not as detailed and cool looking, but like it's kind of the same concept. The spear, I believe, can move up and down. Oh, that's so cool. Like in it, and it's basically kind of the same thing. Like
jabs at you.
I like the
pretty cool.
the huge amount of customizability you can do with these kits.
And like posability is a huge deal in my opinion as well. Like that's like when I had my little stint of Tau, like they had little nubbins to kind of stop posability. I just cut them off.
Yeah,
Posed them.
It says in for the Dreadnought at least, it says in the rules to just cut the thing off if you want to pose it. It's just like,
yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, my first Dreadnought, like he's kind of like my first Redemptor. He's kind of in like the standard pose, but the one that I like have been a work in progress for months now is like kind of like doing this heroic pose where he's like holding up a Chaos Space Marine and like he's like has his macro plasma like pointed at the Chaos Space Marine's face and like overkill, but like cool.
Cool. Speaking of posability,
yeah. So. Don't you hate it when like there's a wire or a chain or an ammo feed or something like that that just kind of ruins your posability? Well, they solved that problem with this right here.
Yep.
Looks like a bunch of little squares, but you build these and it's a chain basically. Like it actually like is flexible like a chain.
It's really cool. I love the design here. I brought up to a couple of my friends that if you don't know, it's built like a rattlesnake tail. Where they don't quite fit perfectly together, but because of that, it can bend in a big chain like that, which is just so cool. I love
such a good idea.
Yeah,
because like my Orc Grey Knights, reposing the Dread Knight, the Nemesis Dread Knight, has a whole bunch of tubes and like feeds and stuff like that are not remotely flexible, so I had to just cut them off.
Yeah, you have to put this in this exact spot or don't have it. That's your choice.
But yeah, this like completely solves that, and I hope they continue to do that. Like, it'll be harder to do on a smaller scale, sure.
Yeah, because this is like the best place to initiate. The plan, but yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. And let's see if it is exactly the same sprue as I think it is.
Actually, I'll leave this one out just for reference.
Yeah.
Set these.
Top. Groin.
Same exact top.
This is the shoulder. Well, I say shoulder because it has a bunch of shoulder pads, but it's more than that. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Same exact like groin and sides and like inner working pieces.
Yeah. These are the two different kits.
So yeah, it's literally just
this one sprue.
One different sprue with a different head option and some shoulder options.
Yep, and that is the only difference between the two kits, so you can put that one up.
This will be the only difference. Let me do this side. It's got more detail. This will be the only difference.
Got the big chain fist thingy.
Those chains look massive.
Oh yeah, that's them. Like just so they're half the size of a sprue. So I'm gonna say almost dreadnought sized.
Krieg for scale.
There you go. And the giant flamethrower. The only thing I don't like about the chain fist is it also has the heavy bolter built on top of the chain fist, which is not really my aesthetic, but it does have the heavy bolter like as a weapon profile.
Yeah.
The other thing that annoys me, and Josh and I talked about this when they previewed it, is the melee weapons, despite being a chain sword and a power sword, the same exact profile.
Yeah, I did see that.
Which is really annoying.
I did see that.
They could have changed it. But give one of them, I don't know, devastating wounds. Give one of them. Don't give them devastating wounds. Still, lethal hits.
Devastating wounds ain't that terrifying anymore.
That's true. But yeah, both these kits are amazing. Do love. Will look at longingly into the future. I hope they do. I want to say I hope they do more like it, but I hope they consolidate it and do it all in one kit.
Yeah, just.
To be fair, they did that with the Layman Russ and the.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Just let's save this video in the clips for I don't know, a couple of years from now when they're like, oh, now the Cerastus Knights in one kit, yay, cool.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's $250 instead.
Yeah.
But are you looking forward to getting your hands on these knights?
Which knight's your favorite?
Yeah. Which knight's your favorite? Do you like big flamethrower hand and Chain Fist, or many, many, many shots with Twin Linked, by the way.
More DACA.
More DACA. More DACA or more Faya is what we're going for. Let us know in the comments below. Until then, I've been Mitchell.
I've been Cody.
Bye.
Bye.